Hello race fans and welcome to another episode of the NASCAR Cup Dates Friday preview show. This week myself and Dan will go over some of the events that took place in Daytona. We give you a what to expect from the playoff opener this year, and we make our picks for this weekend's race at Darlington. But first, I can't do this on my own, so Dan, my friend, how have you been? What have you been up to this week and what did you think of the race itself?
What's up, everyone? Always a pleasure to be on the show with you, Elliot. Thank you so much a ton for having me, man. It was not as great as a weekend as I would have liked it to be, mostly because of the race, but there's a lot of other great stuff going on. On my end, I own, let's just say, a projector screen that's far too large. The initial plan was hang out in the backyard, watch the race, light a fire, get the whole 21-foot screen going. Lo and behold, Mother Nature had other plans. Ended up watching some dirt racing, got to see some mad sliders, and that was a show in and of itself. But, there's a lot to unpack after this weekend. Yeah, from Austin Dillon to the Daytona experience. Cannot wait to dive into it with you, buddy. So, man, good to be here and looking forward to this one.
Well, we'll start off with the big story coming out of Daytona, and that is Austin Dillon is now a playoff driver, locking himself in when it mattered most. What did you think of his solo performance in such a unique situation?
Yeah, Austin Dillon getting the W. That was, sure, Daytona's a place where the unexpected guy wins, and this was a pretty unexpected one. But, I think he may have had a little bit of help. Tyler Reddick with that beat-up car, throwing a few blocks and trying to stop anybody else from getting past him. Reddick didn't have what it took to get it, and he was already locked in. Might as well help his teammate get in. Get a little bit of brownie points with RCR after his unexpected departure. But, I had a few other guys I was hoping to see get this one, excluding my guy, Chris Buescher, of course. The only thing is I'm more disappointed that Austin Dillon has more material for his show now after getting this win. They're going to ham that up for ratings. It's definitely, though, really tough one for Martin Truex. He was in regular season points running 6th. He has done pretty well. He just could not find the checkered flag at the end of the day. So it's a tough one for him. But, Austin Dillon did what he needed to do when it counted the most. So can't take that away from him.
Well, this was the decider for the NASCAR playoffs, and it came down to 3 points for 16th position. That situation was down to rain, everyone reckon, but it is also down to circumstance. So, should Daytona stay as the cutoff race for the regular season? A lot of the time it is exciting, and since it has been the cutoff race, it's been exciting, but it does often set someone up for a first-round exit.
Now, that is an excellent question. Should Daytona stay as the cutoff race? My honest opinion, yes. At the end of the day, you're going to have 3 super speedway races in the regular season. 2 Daytonas, 1 Talladega. You got to have a Talladega inside of the actual playoffs itself. But no matter what, there's going to be a few extra super speedways in there. No matter what, if it's race 7, race 12, or the very last one in the series, it's going to be there. And it just so happens to be the cutoff. So no matter what, you got to go through it. And the same amount of tracks are going to be there. Cutoff race or not, personally, I like it. I still like the July Firecracker 400 aspect of it, the history behind that. I am a sucker and a buff for that sort of stuff. But having it start the season and end the regular season, honestly, I'm in favor of that. I like it. I want that to stick around. I'm personally in favor of that one, buddy.
And we do have to talk about it. It is a very hot topic. But the race took literally all day. Came down to a rain delay, which took out every single car. Every car wrecked. Everyone had damage, which obviously led Austin Dillon to the win. Like I said, it was circumstance. But how do you think NASCAR could have handled that situation any differently? Because Justin Haley went as far in his interview to call them out about there being rain in the area. You heard Brett Griffin on the broadcast saying rain was a mile out, it'll hit us any second.
So yeah, this is the hot button topic of the week. The whole rain aspect and the no call that led to a massive pileup in turns 1 and 2. My honest opinion, NASCAR made a big mistake on this one. It's almost amazing how last week we were just commending them for the amazing job they did at Watkins Glen, pushing the race back the extra hour to be sure that it was safe. But then here we go. It starts raining. There's video evidence of people in the crowd while the cars are just hitting the backstretch, screaming, "Hey, it's raining! Someone stop this!" But they continue on. It goes almost one whole full lap around, and lo and behold, the entire world just slides up and right into 1 and 2. That one hurt, and their next response is to get Scott Miller, the senior vice president of competition, to come out and basically say, "Yeah, sorry guys, there was nothing that we can do." Full disclosure, I work with somebody who operates at a motor speedway and helps officiate the whole event, albeit a very, very small local venue. I asked him his opinion, and he says that they basically have guys stationed all the corners of the track to monitor the weather, and if anything starts to look ominous or actually start hitting the track, put it out. I assume NASCAR has something comparable to this. They're a multi-million-dollar organization. Why wouldn't they? I don't want to hear anything about, well, my weather app can tell me that it's about to rain, so why wouldn't you know? I don't trust a free iPhone app to save my life. But at the end of the day, NASCAR, I assume, has people in these positions. Why wouldn't they? It comes down to those people to relay the message and say it is not safe. They had almost a full minute to relay that message. If those people actually are on track, nobody in the right position made the right call, and this ruined the playoffs for a lot of drivers that were on the cusp of actually making it or breaking it. So I think they got this one wrong. There's a massive what if because of the situation, and I never want to hear the words what if going into the playoffs.
Here is what to look out for this weekend at Darlington Raceway. This is a very fast racetrack. There's low grip, high speeds, high tyre wear. It's a driver's track, which makes it the ideal place for a playoff race. A playoff opener, to be exact. And you can expect Martin Truex Jr. to be a bit of a spoiler this weekend. He has 3 teammates that need to win the race. He's very fast at Darlington. And if he's going to win this race, he will dominate. I doubt he will. Like I said, he has 3 teammates that need to advance. But he can be a very deciding factor this weekend. Okay, it's now that time where myself and Dan make our picks for the upcoming race. Like we said, it is Darlington. And even though we both crashed out, Dan, your driver covered more mileage. Chris Buescher won our picks. So I'll let you go first. Who have you got for this race?
Yeah, Chris Buescher covered the most distance, but not as much as I would have liked it to be. But we're not here to talk about that. Pick time. So my pick going into Darlington is going to be the number 18 of Kyle Busch. This man is coming into this week with a massive chip on his shoulder from this entire year. He's just here to say, I belong. That man just wants to go out and get the W as hard as he possibly can. He only has 1 win here back in 2008 when he got his start over with Gibbs. And his performance at Darlington has been spotty, to say the very least. But this is the time where everything gets lit, and at this point he has more to power him and push him forward mentally than ever before. I think you're going to see the 18 running up front for a long time this race. The 18, Kyle Busch, my pick going into Darlington.
That's respectable, very respectable. Although I would be weary with all the external pressures going on about contract. I just think it'll take away from Kyle Busch's focus. But I have gone for a driver who does not have any contract issues, who hasn't not been up front all year. It just took him a while to find victory lane. 65 races to be exact. Darlington is a huge hunting ground for him, and that is why I'm going to pick Kevin Harvick. That's right, his 3 wins at the track are almost tied for most on the active grid. Denny Hamlin just ahead of him with 4. He's very good at these low grip, high speed tracks. He's good at managing tyre wear. His experience helped him phenomenally. And only 2 years ago, it was Kevin Harvick that won the opening race. Albeit different cars, different downforce package. But you can keep your eye out on the closer to make it win number 61 in his career. Oh, now it is unfortunately that time to end. Dan, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, as you said, Elliot, that is unfortunately all the time we had. I'm going to be honest with you, I wanted to make this video all week. I've been more excited about partaking in this than ever after the absolute debacle and fiasco that this whole race weekend ended up being. Trying to get in at 7, postponing it a little bit. Next thing, hey, 10 in the morning Eastern Standard, let's go, boys. And then the rain hits, and then the frustration never stopped. But yeah, Elliot, thank you so much for having me. Always a pleasure to be here with you, buddy. Anybody watching at home, you can follow me on Twitter at CupDatesDan. I try to be as active as I can on the weekends, more around race time. As always, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let us know in the comments down below. Love hearing what anybody has to say, their opinion-wise. Let me know how wrong I am, how right he is. And as always, man, you guys have a good night. Thank you again, buddy.
Make sure you check out the Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube channels, and make sure you tune in every Friday night as the Outcast Racing League continues to play off stretch, brings the season to the close. As for now, I've been Elliot Camus. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. Last Friday, the lights closed on the regular season, the engines switched off, but you could still hear the hunger.
You gotta be willing to go the extra mile. Take risks. Gamble. And sometimes, you just gotta be willing to rattle some cages to get her done.
We just need a clean race, and to throw the right moves at the right times.
Rivalries that began in the beginning, still burning as bright as ever.
I would definitely throw a bumper at somebody.
This week, the playoffs begin. Everything you thought you knew about the word intensity, pressure, forget it.
I'm here to race. I'm here to race as hard as I can. I want to do it the Mark Martin style.
Would definitely move someone out of the way. I've found 3 different ways to lose it, so I'm willing to do just about anything.
The playoffs begin now. It's all begins here.
Hey, what's up? This is Kyle Larson, and this is the Outcast Racing League.